Hey guys, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we're going to be attempting to repair a Mega Duck. Now, I have done a video on a Cougar Boy before. This is one that I have here. It does work perfectly fine. However, it has a little line going up on the screen. This was sold to me by a very good friend of mine for a very good price called Asobi. He was also the person who got me the Super Junior computer, which I've also done a video on. I'll leave his links in the description below. He's an absolute legend, and thanks again for helping me get this and the Super Junior computer. So in this episode we're going to be having a look at this. Now I bought this for £20 with a game, which is actually a really good price. I got it from like some foreign eBay. It was like a ebay.es or something rather. It was in euros anyway when I bought it. And from what I know, it doesn't work at all. There's some screws missing, and some of the screws look a little bit chewed up, and so that is never a good indicator. And also the whole thing is in quite rough condition. But hopefully we'll be able to get it working. These things are really, really rare, so it'd be nice to get it working. But I don't have high hopes at the moment because nothing does anything. So this actually does need a game to turn on. So what my first port of call is to just try and clean the contacts on the game. I do have a couple of other games, but I would like to clean this game up anyway. So what I'm going to do is just take some isopropyl alcohol. You can just get this at like a chemist or a pharmacy, wherever you call it, wherever in the world. And just rub some isopropyl on a Q-tip or a cotton bud, as someone pointed out in my last video. I'm English, so apparently it's cotton bud. But I've just watched so many videos, I think I just learned to call it Q-tip. As you can see, as you might not be able to see, some dirt has come off on there. And yeah, so that's usually a good sign. Before you put it back into the cartridge, make sure it's just dry. And then go ahead and put it in again. And try again. And what do you know? The power light turns on, which is always good. I can't believe that's turned on already. Right, so there's no image on the screen. We are getting two little black lines up here, which isn't very good. That might mean that the screen is completely knackered and only one line is showing. So I'm going to try and clean the game again. Also going to give it a blowout as well, actually, just to see if I can get it working. And oh my god, it works. Would you believe it? It's got a couple of horizontal lines, which is never great. But can you believe that? Oh my god. That is ridiculous. Just a little bit of cleaning on the game and that's all it needed. Have blow down the back. Oh my god, this game looks absolutely atrocious. I don't actually have my Super Junior computer with me at the moment. I've actually sent that off to someone who hopefully will do a video on it as well, which is very, very exciting. I'm not going to spoil anything just yet, but when he does, if he does make a video on it, I will let you know as soon as possible. But for now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and just take the whole thing apart and give it a nice clean. It's actually really difficult to take these apart because everything is hard soldered on. All the contacts are soldered directly onto the board, as opposed to the Game Boy where they kind of just slot in from the motherboard. So it's going to be quite difficult to clean this up, but I'm going to give it my best shot and see what we can get it looking like. Okay, so I'm just firing up the soldering iron so we can take this apart a bit better, and I've just found a little like sellotape bag of some screws up here. Now I did say at the start that there were some screws missing, so I don't know what the heck these are, but that is definitely quite an odd sight. It's just like some sellotape with some screws attached to it. So that could mean that there are some screws missing a little bit further down. So I thought I would stop the music and cutscene just to actually have a look and see if we can find out together what these screws that are just sitting here might be. There's kind of screws all over the place, to be honest with you, and there's some screws that are definitely in the wrong place. Like this is a really long screw that's just been kind of wedged in there. It's not actually gone into its proper place. In fact, that actually looks like one of the screws from the outside, so that would explain why there's some screws missing. So I guess someone's tried to take this apart to figure out what was wrong with it, but actually the whole time what was wrong was it was just the game needed a clean and the cartridge bay needed cleaning out. So I've almost taken all the screws off, and as I said, the soldering iron is fired up, so hopefully should be able to make use of that in just a moment. And then I'm going to give the cartridge cleaner a thorough wipe with some isopropyl alcohol, and we're going to hopefully give the screen a nice clean as well, and just get this thing back to its original beauty. Well, some would beg to differ with beauty as a Mega Duck, but anyway. Okay, so I've now taken absolutely everything apart. We've got the two shell pieces right here, which are going to need a really nice clean, along with the battery cover as well. All of this I'm going to be taking to the sink and scrubbing down and giving a really nice clean. I'm going to do that off camera. This is the motherboard. So these are connected together. This is the button contacts, and then we have the audio amp down here, and the yeah, pretty much the screen connector is just these little pins that stick out, and then this just sits on top there, and that's how your screen works. Doing work on the screen is quite difficult because the actual kind of cage is soldered and bent. As you can see, these little metal pieces, like a little key, onto the board, so doing any work on that is going to be quite difficult. So the screen I'm just going to have to deal with as being a bit of an issue. I'm going to give these contacts a nice clean with some isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to give all these buttons a really nice clean. The speaker just kind of seems to fall apart. I don't really know what happened, to be honest with you. These were the contacts that were sitting on the speaker, and as I was soldering them, or desoldering them I should say, this piece just fell off. So I'm going to have to try and find a replacement speaker. It looks a similar size to a DMG, so I'll see if I have one of those. If not, I'm going to have to use a pocket speaker and somehow just work out how I can get that to work. But I don't think we're going to be getting any sound out of this ever again. I'm really not too sure, to be honest, what happened. Just flimsy and cheap speakers, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and give everything a nice clean, and I'll get back to you when we put it back together. And then my camera ran out of battery and I didn't manage to finish filming the cleaning sequence. However, it is clean and I'm really happy with the final result. Except I haven't got a game in it to show you, which is clever. So here's the game it came with. It's called Solomon's Treasure, or Sulman, or something like that. Solomon. And it just goes in the back there like that. Turn it on. As for the kind of horizontal lines, there's not really much you can do with them. They might kind of fix themselves. The speaker, I just ended up fitting a DMG speaker in there. Or in fact, it might have been a pocket. As you can see, it still sounds terrible, but that's just because of the game music. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. The screen lens I took off just to give it a clean, so I need to get some double-sided tape and reattach that. But as you can see, it looks really nice. Really happy with that for £20. Thank you very much for watching this video. I am sorry that the battery ran out of the camera, and it takes about half an hour for these things to charge up. And I just wanted to get it finished, so I went ahead and cleaned it. Thank you again to Asobi for helping me track down the rare items that I have in my collection, and thank you to you guys for surpassing 1,300 subscribers. Absolutely mind-blowing. I think as well we're about to reach 100,000 views, which is just nuts as well. Honestly, I can't thank you guys enough. I've got some cool up-and-coming stuff and some stuff that I'll be giving back to the community as well soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.